Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I will be covering the weekly market outlook for November 18th till November 20th. Or sorry, November 22nd. And let's get right into the charts here. So I always start my analysis on the dollar and on the higher time frames here. So based on how we are looking here, like how we are looking on the dollar, it appears that we are going to continue to expand. We respected this weekly fair value gap here, and we just continued to expand. And we do have sell side, I'm sorry, not sell side, buy side liquidity to the left of us here, which I noted out. So coming into this week, I am anticipating for prices to take out previous week's high. And after we take out previous week's high, we do have, like I said, the buy side liquidity that we could target. One level is at 106.757, another one at 106.952, and another one at 107.602. So I do have a bullish bias here coming into this week. After we take out the weekly objective, I would then switch over to trading the intraday models. So that means I want to base my buys here after we take out the weekly objective. I would base my bias on how we close on the daily time frame. Yeah, I mean, it's fairly simple. The reason why my bullish is bias is just pay attention to how we close here on this weekly candle, right? It's a bullish up close candle. I can anticipate for previous week's high to be taken, and it's also in confluence with the monthly time frame as well, because I want to see an expansion. I want to see continuation on the monthly candle to continue higher. Here, let's see if we have any news. We don't really have any significant news like FOMC, CPI, or PPI, but we do have unemployment claims, a red folder news on Thursday at 8:30 a.m. And we have flash manufacturing PMI numbers and flash services PMI numbers coming out at 9:45 a.m. on Friday. But generally, this entire week, we don't really have any significant news drivers. But yeah, like I said, on the dollar, I do want to see higher prices. And yeah, after we take out the weekly objective, I would switch over to the daily intraday candles and base my objectives on those daily candles. All right, now going into NQ now, right? If we see higher dollar, we should be seeing lower indices. And what can I anticipate here on NQ? I can anticipate for previous week's low to be taken. So based on this weekly candle, right? What can I anticipate with this very upcoming weekly candle? I can anticipate for us to open on Sunday here, trade up into some sort of higher time frame PD array, and then take out the previous week's low. After we take out previous week's low, I mean, I don't really care where we go, because that would mean that I'm going to start trading the intraday models, right? So here, we don't really have SMTs at the highs here with ES or YM on NQ. So I'm anticipating, not now, but maybe I'm not anticipating for this high to be to be very to be the all-time highs here. I do want to see us revisit these highs, but as of right now, this current week, I am anticipating for previous week's low to be taken. One thing to note is that we do have a larger candle that was formed on Friday. So coming into Monday's price action, depending on how we, trade, are we going to if we consolidate, and that means that we will probably most likely create a daily fair value gap, right? So I marked out Thursday's low of day. Why is that significant? Well, that is significant because we could create a daily imbalance, a daily fair value gap, right? But that depends on how we trade on Monday, because we could end up having a daily immediate rebalance on Monday, but that's something that I'm not really anticipating. I have two scenarios that could play out on Monday here. We could either open up on Monday, retrace into this 4-hour fair value gap, and then continue lower, take out previous week's low. That could be a scenario. The other scenario is that we actually consolidate. We wait for the right timing, and we create that daily fair value gap, trade into the daily fair value gap, respect that daily fair value gap to accomplish our weekly objective. That's the two scenarios that I do have playing in my head here. But like I said, anything could happen. But my weekly objective is previous week's low, which is why I have the little plus sign next to it. On the daily time frame, I am, like I said, daily time frame is pretty clear as well. I do want to see previous day low get taken, but if we consolidate, that's completely fine, because that would create a daily fair value gap. So yeah, previous date low is the draw as well in previous week's low. All right, so now on ES, I am also anticipating the same idea. I want to see previous week's low get taken, because, like I said, power of 3 model, right? What can I anticipate with this very next weekly candle? A open, high, low, and then, I don't really care where we close, but like I said, I am anticipating for previous week's low to be taken. And same thought process as well. I want to see us create a daily fair value gap. Or, we could just take out previous week's low and then, just continue lower. Who knows? But after we take out previous week's low, notice how there is this, there's this candle right here on the weekly time frame. This candle, this last up close candle, right, could be seen as a daily order block. That means prices should respect. This is like an area where prices could continue higher, actually. So after we take out previous week's low, I would like to see us, if we could trade back into the weekly order blocks opening price. That is right here, right? So that, yeah.
Xong rồi đó.
Okay.
Nó bị hư cái cục starter. Là phải đi mua cái đó thay cục đó. Hoặc đặt thay cục đó. Chứ không phải là cái bình không phải bình hư mà là cái cục starter nó bị hư, phải không?
Oh, okay. Cái đang làm gì bạn?
Okay. Xong rồi.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, like I said, I wanted to see prices take out previous week's low. After we take out previous week's low, the next draw for me at least would be the weekly order blocks opening price. After we accomplish both of those, I'm actually going to just sit on the sidelines, because, like I said, I don't know if we're going to respect this order block or not. But the current objective, at least all I know right now, is that we could take out previous week's low and retrace back into the weekly order block. And with that, that's going to wrap up the weekly market outlook. So higher prices on the dollar, lower prices on the indices, on NQ and ES. I'm pretty sure we have already retraced back into the equilibrium or the discount of the dealing range. So yeah, here we have already retraced back into equilibrium. So that kind of gives us the idea that, okay, we're in discount right now, right? And same thing on NQ as well. We've, like, just by eyeballing this, we're really deep into discount right now. We're actually at the OTE levels, I'm pretty sure. See here? Yeah, we're actually right at OTE. So yeah. Is there anything else I do want to include here? Not really. Hopefully you guys have started to understand how I view prices, because like I said, previous week's low for me is the draw, because I'm anticipating the next weekly candle to take out at least the weekly candle's low, the previous week's candle's low. Yeah. I mean, I could go over some of the pros and cons here with you guys, but I do that on my live stream already. But to kind of summarize it, some key takeaways from this past week is I didn't take no trades this last week. There wasn't really an opportunity for me to take anything, and if there's no there's no model, I simply don't take anything. You just wait, which is completely fine, and that allows you to practice patience. And I guess there's times whenever you don't take anything and you have that feeling of like, oh, let me press a button. For you to practice discipline and patience, that's just something that you're gonna have to do. And requiring a higher time frame objective, like I said, prices moves for 4 reasons, right? To retrace into discount and premium, to rebalance inefficiencies, to generate liquidity, and to take liquidity. I require at least one of those objectives to be present in the trade model that I'm taking. If there isn't, then I'm not going to take the trade at all. Even if the direction in the market is clear, if there's no higher time frame objective, I'm not going to take it. Simply because this allows me to have set a risk parameter, and it increases the probability of it actually playing out. And it's just something that I've been constantly not backtracking, but backtesting, and I've been recording all my trades. So this is just the way that I'm going to approach it now, is to require a higher time frame objective. Understanding the lower time frame models and the higher time frame order flow, if you guys can align that with one another, that really makes a powerful trade. And there's this YouTuber on YouTube. There's this YouTuber, Justin Wyland. He introduced to me this idea of arriving for striving. You don't want to strive. You don't want to chase after something. You want to simply be the person that is ready and arrives to their goals. And it's kind of, I can't really explain it as well as he does, but to exchange striving for arriving. You don't want to chase anything. You want them to come to you. You want to attract what you already are. And if you're simply a profitable trader, then you should attract those qualities of a profitable trader. Discipline, patience, confidence, analytical thinking, all of those things you should arrive at. And just being confident in your model. Like I said, there's a reason why you created a model, and there's a reason why you spent those countless hours, working at your craft. What are the goods, what are the bads of this trade? Okay, you take the good, you throw away the bad. And, you come into conclusion with this, recipe for yourself. Be confident in it, and be disciplined to follow those rules. Don't stray away from it. You don't want to, be 100% today, and in the next day you completely disrespect and break your rules. And yeah, that's gonna wrap it off for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys later.